Yeah.
That being said, what made you get to Vine and Instagram? How did that come about? Because I don't know if y'all know this. He was one of the first people that really popped on Vine. And Alphonso, I used to always say he had my favorite Vines ever, the most creative, seriously, the most creative Vines, the funniest Vines. He was my favorite person during that Vine era. So how did you start to become aware of Vine and start doing that?
So Vine was a thing where the first Vine I saw was what's Dante's last name? Comedian Dante.
Was it the Dante used to hang with Sydney?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Dante
Dante was one of them dudes. He just really, really funny, but his Vine account, he actually had the first Vine that I saw.
Wow.
Like I was on Twitter, and I was scrolling through, and I saw, it was like a quick video, and Dante posted it. I was like, huh. And it said Vine in the corner. It was like they had like the little squiggly. It was like the first, whatever. And I'm looking, I was like, yo, that's crazy. I was like, yo, that little short video, but it was funny. It was like something like him and his uncle or something like that. And, and I saw, I was like, oh, that's funny. And then I started hearing about Vine, right? And so at the time I was doing Love That Girl, we were shooting like, oh my gosh, we were shooting probably 3 episodes a day.
Wow, Bentley Evans. He had y'all on that Tyler Perry schedule.
We were shooting, it was like,
hey, look at that. Okay, Lee.
Okay, Lee said, let me get the.
Lee said, I ain't losing my job today, goddammit.
I ain't losing I got posters. Okay. So basically we were shooting Love That Girl.
That's good, Lee.
So, I know, right? So Paige Kennedy.
Shout out to, I had Paige on here.
Okay, so Paige, my man Paige, he hit me. He was like, yo, Fonz. He was like, yo, you need to get on Vine. I'm like, I keep hearing about Vine. What's Vine? He was like, nigga, you need to get on it, nigga. Like, I'm on there, nigga, getting followers. I'm like, okay, I mean,
I just want to let it be clear that he did not give me that same courtesy phone call. I just want to let that be clear right now. All right, I'm listening.
He didn't hit you with the Vine joint?
No.
That's hilarious.
I'll tell you my Vine story after you.
Okay, all right. So he was like, yo, you need to get on Vine. I'm like, all right. So I was like, check it out. So I'm looking at it. And like I said, so we back and forth shooting Love That Girl, whatever. And I'm like, I just got on Twitter. I think Instagram was just starting to pop off. This was around like early 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Early 2013. So long story short, Paige comes to the set. He brought Batch with him.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yo, this my boy, this Batch.
Oh, so he introduced y'all.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, you the cat. Everybody keep telling me about, you know what I'm saying? So, because, there was some people knew I did a Denzel impersonation. But they was like, yo, you got to see this other cat do his Denzel.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
he talking about King Batch, anybody that wonder.
Mm-hmm. Yes, King Batch. So Batch coming to the set, he was like, yo, what up? So we talking, he was like, yo, let's shoot some Vines. I was like, all right, well, let's shoot some then. So I jumped on Vine, shot a few joints with Batch, and that was pretty much, how that kind of started. Now, what drove me to actually get on Vine and create Vines was Lil Duval.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Duval. This nigga, his Vines had me in tears. When I tell you this nigga had me in tears, yo.
Oh, I missed it. I missed that.
And Duval's Vines was so funny. This nigga, man, oh my God. He had this one joint where he would dance with this mask on and do this dance, nigga. Yo, every time, like, I would be crying. Yo, the joint was so funny.
Wow.
Bro, hilarious.
I know it had to be funny for you to be crying because you like me. We laugh a lot, but it still take a lot to make us laugh.
So, exactly, because
Right.
you're hilarious. So for somebody to make you laugh, that's big.
Straight up.
And then for you to say, things of like, oh, I think this nigga funny, like that's even bigger.
Straight up.
Cause that takes a lot. Like I said, you already a funny dude. You already know, like, nigga, comedy is comedy. You making me laugh, nigga. So Duval, I was hurting, yo. I was laughing so hard. I was like, this nigga is comedy. So I was like, yo, if he can make me laugh in 6 seconds, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, that's talent.
Right.
And so I started thinking, I'm like, bro, that's the challenge. Make a nigga laugh in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. So I jumped on, started shooting vines, and so I didn't want to make it like, I don't want to make my vines like I would see people do like these cliche vines and whatever. But I was like, let me try to have just a creative approach, beginning, middle, end, you know what I mean? And a lot of joints, man, it was crazy because a lot of stuff I was doing on there, I started using Vine as like character work. So I started doing characters on there, which, some characters got stolen, you know what I'm saying?
No. Oh, no.
Yeah, but we don't talk about that, some characters, they took off and other people won with them, but, we're not going to talk about that.
Were they like people you was cool with that took them?
No, it was cats that like I knew they was watching. You have a lot of people out there that like, you got your followers, you got your fans, you got your followers, because those are two different things.
I just heard that quote. I mean, literally last week, and it's so true, bro. You got your fans and you got your followers.
Yeah,
your followers are just looking.
They two different things. A follower will unfollow you for the most futile thing. They'd be like, oh, he got a green shirt on. Unfollow nigga. You know what I mean? Whatever. A fan is gonna stick with you. A fan is like, yo, I'm a fan. I'm with you. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? You have those people that are actually checking for you, and then you got the people that they're like, oh, I like this dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna follow him. You know what I mean? But anyways, so these are cats that you have your fans, your followers, and then you got your cats that just on the hidden. The hidden follow. They watching you. They got the binoculars. Like, what this nigga doing? What they doing? You got those.
Right.
What they doing? Okay, let me see what they doing.
I like that.
I like that. You know what?
Right.
I'm gonna go on and take that. So
yeah,
you got a lot of cats that got out here and start taking that, and then boom. So that's how that went. But like I said, and then there were things that inspired people to do, other joints, which was cool because people would hit me and be like, man, your vines, man, how'd you come up with this? How'd you come up with that? And I'm like, man, I got a story literally for every vine. Like, you ask me where a character comes from or a vine comes from, and that's where cats be stealing, like, because they ain't got the origin behind
right.
it. You know what I'm saying? You asked me where a character come from. I'm like, I could tell you exactly where it came from. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a part of my life. Like, for example, people asked me, it was like, yo, when you get the advanced backward skater dude?
Oh, yeah.
And I think you was there the night it was Brandon Phillips opened up. Oh, I got to hit Brandon. He probably watching. I got to hit you, Brandon.
Brandon Phillips probably is watching like, he never did hit me back.
He never did. The nigga never did. Oh, man.
You caressing his quarantine beard? This nigga never did.
Never did.
I just talked to Brandon yesterday.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you, Brandon. I'm gonna hit you. So, he said yesterday. He said the nigga never did. He never did.
We were just talking about you.
We were just talking about you yesterday. So he never did. What was I saying?
Brandon Phillips.
Yeah,
backward
Brandon
skating.
Phillips. So backward skating. So Brandon opened up the show. We used to do the show. Me and Afion, we would do this. What was it? LOL Wednesdays.
Right.
So
shout out to Afion Crockett.
Shout out to my dude, Afe. which just recently had a birthday. Shout out, Avion.
Oh, shout out. If I need I gotta hit him up.
Gotta hit him up, hit Eighth up, you know what I'm saying?
I hit eighth, you hit B. You hit B, I hit eighth.
Eighth and B. All right. So anyways, but it was this R&B skate night that I went to, and the dude that was there was this DJ, had a deep voice, but he was hilarious. He was a deacon at the church, but he was a DJ for the R&B, like old school nights.
Uh-huh.
And so everybody that was there, it was so funny. It'd be Sunday nights. And so I went randomly. At the time, it was just like, I went up there to go skate or whatever. And they was like, oh no, tonight's a old school R&B night. It's gonna be a lot of older people in there. I'm like, damn. And so at the time, this girl I was with, she was like, well, let's just go. I was like, all right, So I went, we go in, and I was crying. All the old school players in there, hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Looking okay. Then they was playing just a touch. I was like, yo, that's it. I was like, this is hilarious. And that's how, but each character has that. You got to have those origin stories to get that. You know what I mean?